There's a lot of excitement because not only did you recently have the trading of those options around the spot Bitcoin ETF, but you also have now Gary Gensler with the idea of not only him stepping down, but a new SEC chair, a set of new filings, new types of assets that you could see traded on a spot basis in the ETF world. What are you watching the most?
So one of the biggest themes that a lot of people in the crypto and both ETF community are talking about is just without Gensler, how many more altcoins are we going to see in ETFs? So we have a spot Bitcoin ETF, we have a spot Ether ETF, we have filings for XRP, Litecoin, and Solana in an ETF. And so although those were filed under a Gensler administration, the talk now is that it's going to be way more likely to be approved if we have someone else helming the SEC. And then the question now is what else could be put into an ETF? Could we see MakerDAO's coin put into a spot ETF? I've heard that one kind of pitched. And then not only altcoins, but could we see technical analysis applied to a Bitcoin ETF? Actively managed Bitcoin ETFs, ones that combine more derivatives and the spot prices. People are just trying to imagine that Wall Street is just going to really try and commoditize the boom in crypto now.
I guess I wonder if there's actually demand for all of these different products out there. We certainly see that for the spot Bitcoin ETFs, no question. Certainly spot Ether at this point, though less demand than we see for Bitcoin. Is the market just going to say essentially, okay, well, these are the ones that we believe in, not necessarily these other ones?
It's a good question. Also, when we're talking about altcoins, a lot of the kinds of traders, retail traders who want to trade things like an XRP token probably don't need an ETF to do so. But nevertheless, that isn't stopping Wall Street and ETF issuers from trying to squeeze out, any last expense ratio, even though these products only cost 0.5%. It doesn't stop people from talking about all of these filings, but it's a good question. I mean, I did speak to one ETF model portfolio manager. He runs different portfolios. He was saying that he'd probably put a spot Bitcoin ETF into his portfolio, and he'd consider something that had a little bit more active management because he's from TradFi. He doesn't really know how to apply that in his portfolio.
You are certainly making Bitcoin look much more mainstream when you're talking about MakerDAO in the form of an ETF. That is a decentralized, autonomous organization, one of the first. Certainly would be interesting to see that financialized. We'll see what comes.